Hello everyone, it's Alexandra. Welcome to my new and first video of 2025. This video will be dedicated to 3 new kits that I have recently added to my Etsy store. And as you can guess, the kits will all be about mushrooms. I also have a freebie on my coffee page, so please be sure to check it out. There are 2 pages in the freebie that I'm going to show you shortly as well. I would like to begin with the things that I have here on my table in front of me. There are 3 stacks of pages because there are 3 new kits that I would like to present you today. The first kit is called Mushroom Themed Ephemera, and this kit includes 10 pages. I have a bit less printed out because I have already started to assemble some elements from this kit, and I want to show you how to assemble the slides and some of the labels that the kit includes so that it's easier for you to understand how it works. So here I have a few elements assembled. We will get to working with this kit in a few more minutes because I think there will be no need to give any explanations regarding the next kit that I have here, and there will be a series of tutorials concerning the last kit that I'm also going to show you. So this was the first kit, Mushroom Ephemera. The second kit includes mushroom journaling pages. There are 24 page designs in the kit. The page designs will come in 2 sizes. The first size will be this 8.5 by 11 inches, the US letter paper size. And in my printer, I could print it out without borders using all the space of the page. I do plan to have a series of tutorials for making a journal with these pages and with the ephemera from this kit. Now, the second size of the same page designs in this kit is half a page of the US letter sheet. When you fold the page, you have 4.25 by 5.5. I think it will be looking really great as filler pages in a larger size journal, or you can use them for making a smaller size journal as well. The large kit that I am super excited about is this one, and look at the stack of the papers. I printed everything on ivory cardstock. This kit is called Mushroom Collector, and with the help of this kit, you will be able to create a mushroom themed mini book in a similar style of the ones that I previously had for Christmas, for natural history theme, and the Mushroom Collector book will look like this. If we had the vertical books before, this time I decided to create a horizontal style mini book. This is how it looks like. I will have a separate video dedicated only to this kit and this mini book, and then we will have a series of tutorials for assembling each one of the 5 pages of the book, and then we will also have a separate video for creating the binding and assembling everything together so that you can have a finished result that will look similar to this. The kit includes 35 pages, and I will flip through some of them right now so that you could understand how the elements look like. So these are the pages, And, well, you know what, just to tease you a little bit, this is how the pages of the book look like. There are lots of interesting elements inside here, and I will show everything to you in more details when we start working on the book and start creating it. Okay, so that's just, let's call it a teaser. Going back to our Mushroom Ephemera Kit, I want us together to have a look at what the kit includes. So we have, well, that's very straightforward, tags. Then you have even a larger size of tags. There are some mushrooms here for you to fussy cut. Then here we have more tags and labels. Then I also wanted to include a page with the mushrooms for you to fussy cut out and use on the pages of your journal, along with maybe some stamping or stenciling, or if you wanted to create snippets or just collage pieces or whatever you want. Then we have 2 sheets of postcards. They look like this. They're a little bit different in design in terms of the top section here, and each one of the images of the mushrooms is also different. Then this page includes 2 slides that will eventually look like this. They're very easy to assemble, and this is what I would like to show you how to do today. So that's the first size of the slides. You will have 4 slides which are bigger. You will also have 4 slides which will be smaller, and then you will also have a page with the labels or tickets, however you want to call them, that will look like this. And with them, again, you can either cut them separately and have many single-sided tickets. You can also fold them like so and have a few double-sided tickets and labels that will look like this. I also want to show you the 2 pages of the freebie that I'm super happy to offer, and this is how both of those pages look like. On the first page you will have 2 tags of a larger and a smaller size. You will have 2 corner pockets, some labels, a journaling card that looks like this, and on this page you will have 2 more of the slides. They're a little bit different in comparison to the slides from the Mushroom Ephemera Kit, and the shape of the window is also different, but they will be assembled the same way as these ones, and we are going to do that together. I think that I will start with the Mushroom Ephemera Kit, and with the remaining piece here with the labels. I am quite disoriented after the holidays, and I try really hard to stay focused, so please excuse me if I talk too much or I say something twice. I hope not, but still, I want to apologize. I will use my ruler and a craft knife. These now are my favorite tools to work with when it comes to cutting out elements of the digital kits. I will just cut along the straight lines of each of the labels pairs. This is what we have. Now I will fold this paper, making sure that I keep the edges of the labels flush one with another, and use my bone folder to burnish on the opposite side of the paper. This is how it will look like. And now I will just glue inside. Usually apply glue only to one side of the page or the paper. Now we can just use our scissors and cut off the corners. And if you do use distress ink, then just distress the edges of this double-sided label, and it will be ready to go in one of your makes. If you do not feel like creating a double-sided label, then all you have to do is, first of all, cut along the straight edges the way that we did before. And then you will see that there is a very faint white line that goes between the parts of the label. So I will put my ruler right along that white line, and I will cut with a craft knife, and this way I will have single-sided labels that I can also use. If you do not want to have this label as an element that maybe you will clip onto a page with the help of a paper clip or a staple or whatever, you can use this piece and maybe glue only 3 sides of it onto a page and then create sort of a pocket for a little element that will go into the pocket. Or you can use these labels in your collage work as well, on the mood boards that maybe you are working on. I'm sure you will find a great idea for using them in your journal. Now let's move on to creating the specimen slides. The easiest way of making them, in my opinion, is to cut along the straight edges, first of all, using a long ruler and a craft knife. Next, I suggest that we take a scoreboard and score the lines right here and right here, and maybe the line will not exactly match a certain mark on your scoreboard, but I just want you to make sure that when you place the printed paper piece on top of the scoreboard, you make sure that that white line matches one of the grooves of your choice, and it will be easy for you to score all the way from the top to the bottom. Sorry, I was out of frame a little bit. So yeah, once again, scoring all the way from the top to the bottom right here, and also right here. Okay, so we have now 2 lines, and I hope the camera will be able to pick it up. I will separate both of my slides by cutting along their edges here, and I also need to get rid of this little paper piece at the bottom of the second slide. Now we can try and fold the slides. First, I suggest that you fold the part with the future openings. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Okay, like so. And then you have the fold right here. So try to make sure that the second section of the slide that you fold in will reach the previous fold that you have created. That way everything should match nicely together. Let's do the same thing on this side. If for any reason you have paper warping on this section of the slide, what you can do is you can use a craft knife and a ruler and cut a tiny piece of the paper off from this edge and try again if everything folds flat now. And I think it does. We can do the same just for the sake of it on the second slide and check again. I think everything looks great. Now let's measure the size of the opening that we have, and it should be about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to use my circle punch and I am going to punch out 2 of the circles. Next, I'm going to distress the openings on each one of my slides right here, and I have this tiny distress ink tool. This one was from Hobby Lobby, and I really like that it can reach the smaller areas. If you don't have this one, you can also use, of course, the regular size distress ink tool, and you can see that it also works fine. For the smaller size of our slides though, I think the miniature distress ink tool will work better. Right now we can go ahead and just glue this section of the slide with the images to the part that will be the back of our slides. You can go in 2 directions. You can either use just some wide clear tape, and that's what I'm going to use. I really like this brand. It's easily accessible from Walmart. It's the Doug brand. I really like that the tape is super clear and it's also quite sturdy. It's very satisfying to work with it. Or you can use a piece of acetate, whatever you choose. If you use a piece of acetate, I think it will be nice if it will be, let's say 1 7/8 wide by 3 3/4 of an inch long, so that you will be able to cover well, actually, here on this side, that you will be able to cover the section with both of the openings. If you want to work even easier than that, I suggest that you use some tape and you take a piece which will be enough to cover the images on this side of our slide. And as you can see, I didn't do a very good job this time because I have some folds which were formed, but I think it will be fine. It will be fine. It will look like that, still okay. Maybe over time it will even flatten down a little bit. Anyways, let's try again. Here we go. The images now are covered with the shiny tape. That's exactly what we need. And now I only have to apply the glue to this part of the paper. So I apply the glue around the openings and then to the remaining parts of the paper and just glue this piece on top. Now, as easy as that, we have one slide ready. You can use your corner chomper and just round the corners of the slide and then distress its edges. I will finish assembling the second slide. Here it is. So I have 4 slides which look like this. The way of assembling the smaller slides is very similar. Let me just fast forward it for you. And the only difference will be the size of the window openings. And this time I will use a 1-inch circle punch. There we go, 4 of them already, and this is how they look in the back. You can add tiny labels wherever you want. Let's move on to the journaling cards. Simple, just cut around the edges. Then you will have the sheet for fussy cutting. I will also not cover that this time. Labels, tags, the same way. I only want to show you that you can easily create a double-sided tag by cutting next to the outlines of 2 tags. Just make sure that at least the outer edges of the tags pair are cut like that, and then you can fold them together like so, glue them down together, and then cut off the remaining paper edges. This is how it will be. The same thing applies for the smaller size tags. And now I would like to move on to the freebie and show you. I think I will not show how to cut out the tags and pockets. I think it's quite easy for all of you guys out there to do, but let's cut out the specimen slides. First of all, along the straight outside edges. Then again, we will use our scoreboard and score along the white lines. This time I think it folds nicely on top of the grooves in my scoreboard, at least 2 1/4 and 4 1/2, but you might need to move it ever so slightly just to make sure that really the score line goes along the white border between the parts of the future slide. Now I do want to cut a little sliver of the paper from the section that will be folded in. Okay, now I will fold it in and use the glue stick for adhering this section with the images to the future central or back, depends on how you look at it, section of the slide. I still have both of my slides connected together. I am going to use my ruler and a craft knife, and I will cut along the straight edges of the windows, but I am not going to cut from the very corner because you can see it's rounded. So for that, I'm going to use my 1/4-inch circle punch, but I do have 4 lines that I have cut out because it's easy to do in one go. And let me move this so that everything is in the frame and easier for you to see. I'm going to start from where the line stops curving, right? And where the line is completely straight. I will cut there. If we look at it again, we have another set of 4 straight lines. Now I think it will be easier to use a smaller ruler and do the same for the vertical lines of our windows. We have cut out the openings, almost cut them out, and we only need to get the rounded corners of the opening. And for that, I'm using my circle punch, which is 1/4 inch in diameter, and I really like this kind of punch because I can reach quite far in from the outer edge of the paper. If that's not the case with the punch that you have, you can just use your scissors and make sure that you cut along the rounded corners of each one of the opening with the help of the scissors. That is also an option. Okay, and you will still have the same result. Don't forget to distress the edges of each one of the opening with some ink. Okay, this is what you will have. Don't forget to cut out your 4 ladybugs to use in other makes. Now we are going to use the clear tape the same way as we used before. So I am going to glue a piece of tape which will be long enough to cover the images, both of the images on one slide, but I want to make sure that I do have some of the paper areas around the images not covered with the tape, so that I could use glue there and just be sure that the slide will not open over time. When you are gluing paper to paper and not paper to plastic, it works better. So to be on the safe side, I do like to leave some uncovered with the tape paper around the edges. Once we have that done, we can cut 2 slides apart. If you want, you can always straighten the edges of your slides. As you can see, it's not a problem. You can use your corner chomper and round the corners of each one of the slides, and this is how they will look like. I think they make a great addition to the slides from the Mushrooms Ephemera Kit. It's super fun to assemble them. I hope you will enjoy. And I think that this would be all from me for at least today. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of videos. I will be posting more videos for creating the Mushroom Collector mini book very soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish everyone a great and creative year. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye!